They ordered his death at evening, but found a man already free. Seneca lived close enough to power to hear fear breathing behind marble. He walked through rooms where golden lamps could not brighten the souls inside. Rome praised wealth, rank, applause, and influence, then punished men who trusted them. Before death entered his doorway, life had already exposed every false refuge. He had seen fortune lift men until they forgot the ground beneath them. He had seen the same fortune throw them down before sunset. Palaces glittered, servants bowed, crowds cheered, yet anxious hearts still trembled silently. So Seneca studied what remained when everything outside the soul betrayed itself. Lesson 1 is that time is not something you own, but something living. Most people guard their money fiercely, while surrendering their days without attention. They save coins, defend opinions, chase praise, and waste mornings that never return. A lost hour is not small when it carries part of your life. Seneca warned that people postpone themselves until tomorrow becomes the quiet prison. They delay discipline, courage, forgiveness, and peace, as if life has promised extensions. They wait to live until work slows, pain ends, success arrives, or fear disappears. But time does not wait angrily. It simply leaves the distracted behind. This is why Seneca still strikes the modern soul with painful force. People scroll through strangers' lives while their own life disappears behind glass. They answer every noise, every message, every opinion, every wound, every comparison. They fear dying one day, while quietly letting today die unused. Lesson 2 is that fear often arrives before the thing we fear. Seneca knew imagination can become a torture chamber inside the mind. A man may survive the event, yet be destroyed by rehearsing it. Many suffer twice because they give tomorrow permission to wound them today. Then Nero's command reached Seneca's house, and philosophy stopped being beautiful language. The emperor's order entered like a blade wrapped in official Roman silence. Friends froze, servants wept, and the air itself seemed afraid to move. The teacher of death was summoned to prove whether wisdom had roots. Lesson 3 is to prepare for death before death speaks your name. A person who never studies mortality becomes a stranger to his final hour. Seneca did not worship death, romanticize pain, or pretend the body was nothing. He trained the soul to meet the inevitable without surrendering his dignity. Lesson 4 is that wealth cannot heal a soul trained to depend. Seneca had money, influence, estates, and access to the most dangerous rooms in Rome. He knew comfort could soften the body while secretly weakening the will. Golden walls are still prison walls when fear controls the one inside. Lesson 5 is that power reveals the monster a man refused to govern. Seneca watched Nero turn desire into law and suspicion into a weapon. One emperor's unruled appetite made senators whisper, servants tremble, and friends fear friendship. Power without self-command does not lead the world, it quietly devours it. Seneca had been praised, exiled, restored, enriched, suspected, accused, and finally condemned. Every season taught him that fortune is loyal only to movement. The crowd may crown you at dawn and whisper against you before night. So he searched for something untouched by applause, exile, promotion, or execution. Lesson 6 is that exile cannot defeat the person who carries himself. A man may lose home, title, friends, comfort, certainty, and familiar streets. But if reason remains awake, he has not been fully driven out. The worst exile begins when bitterness makes the soul abandon its own house. Lesson 7 is that philosophy becomes real only when pain demands evidence. Any man can praise courage beside lamps, scrolls, wine, students, and calm evenings. But wisdom must stand when the door opens and death walks inside. Seneca's final hour asked whether his words were decorations or weapons. Lesson 8 is to live before regret turns memory into a courtroom. Seneca did not teach people to escape death through denial or pleasure. He taught them to live so attentively that death finds fewer stolen days. The prepared soul is not untouched by pain, but unconquered by it. As the sentence unfolded, Seneca remained calmer than the room around him. He spoke to grieving friends as if teaching one final lesson. His body weakened, but his judgment refused to kneel before terror. Nero could command the ending, but not the meaning Seneca gave it. The man who faced death with wisdom exposes the lie modern people obey. They think peace will come when life becomes safe, fair, predictable, and painless. But Seneca teaches peace begins when the soul prepares before crisis arrives. Death frightens less when each day has already been rescued from waste. The silent path deepens when a person stops spending life like endless property. Seneca teaches that death is not only an ending, but a severe mirror. It asks whether we lived awake or merely survived inside distraction and fear. Live before life leaves, and death will find less inside you to steal. Rome took his final breath by force, but wisdom had taken back his fear.